There's always room for a sequel. Meg Generations. The 6th installment in the Meg book series. The plot. The hunts for the Leopleurodon, as well as one for Bella and Lizzie, continues. David and Jackie both hunt the Leo, while Jonas fights with Terry against her stage 4 cancer. Can negotiations and certain agendas be met, or will the megalodons and other prehistoric life reign supreme? I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. This is my least favorite Meg book. It lacks the entertainment aspect that made this series so fun to read. There are only a handful of scenes that barely even made my adrenaline start running. For one thing, Terry's illness is a pretty big aspect of the book. I get it, you want her to be included because she's a fan favorite, and hasn't really been that important since The Trench. However, if you really want us to fall in love with her character again, then make damn sure she does more than sleep in a bed for a majority of her page time. It focused more on Jonas's thoughts about Terry than Terry herself. Also, the constant use of the iPhone device seemed a bit pushy. Every time a phone was mentioned, it had to be an iPhone. There's also a problem I have with certain relationships. They seem to sprout out of nowhere. I won't spoil who, but it was pretty abrupt. Let's jump back a bit. There are some things I like about this book. It's got a quick reading pace with well-written and humorous dialogue, as well as some good gore. I've always loved the adventures of Jonas Taylor and his family, and this one is no exception. Mac is also one of my favorite characters for sure. But even though the characters are great, the situations that they are put in are not as excellent. The gore, bodies are torn in two, and blood bubbles to the surface. There's also a gruesome feasting scene that was satisfying for a couple of characters. This is not as bloody as some of the other Meg books, but it isn't tame by any stretch of the imagination. I am sorry, Mr. Elton. Really, I am. But I do love all your other Meg books, and would highly recommend them. The ending didn't make me want to read the next book, though. So there is a good reason to want to read this one, other than it having some funny lines and bloodshed. The impact of going back down into the Panthalassa Sea was pretty intense, too. However, the book overall just didn't pack the same punch as the first 5. I wish the whole book was a little better. It is not a bad book, don't get me wrong. It's just a bit underwhelming. Overall, I give Meg Generations a 3 out of 5. I ordered 2 of these books. The other one's over there somewhere. And they came with these little prehistoric fragments of great white shark teeth. I think it's great white shark teeth, prehistoric megalodon teeth. Either way, really cool to have. I finally have some prehistoric fossils in my collection, so there's that, and I'm really happy to have them. I'm Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook fan page in the description below to leave comments and subscribe.